Hey there everyone, how's it going? Today I bring you a brand new pickups video. Um, Recently I went on vacation, and while I was on vacation, I went to a local record store and found myself a few new pickups. Some of them are I took a chance on because I knew the band a little bit, but I wanted to get more familiar with them, and others were albums I already know and love. So, anyways, without further ado, let's get this started. So I have two full-length albums to show you, one picture disc, one 7-inch single, one cassette, and one CD. I'll start off with the cassette. So, starting this off with, um, camera focus, Cold Sweat Breakout. Now, if you don't know who Cold Sweat is, they were one of the many hair metal bands to come out at the very late 80s and early 90s. I believe this album is from 1990, as it says right there. Um, they were formed by former Keel guitarist, which I forget his name, uh, Mark Ferrari. That's his name. He formed this band after he left Keel, and he got a bunch of other musicians. The original vocalist that he wanted would be the guy that would go on to be in Lynch Mob with George Lynch, but that didn't happen. So instead, he got a better singer, in my opinion, Rory Cathy, which I don't know what he's done. To be honest, I don't know what any of these musicians besides Mark Ferrari has done, but nevertheless, this is Cold Sweat. And this album is like, it's good for its time, you know what I mean? Like, by 1990, the odds of finding a new hair metal band were very slim, like finding a good hair metal band. Because you had a lot of shit coming out. You had freaking Danger Danger and oh god, who else? Lynch Mob, like I said, I'm not a fan of them. Uh Saigon Kick and all that stuff. Like, I'm not into that stuff. There were, not to say there wasn't like all hair metal bands from 1990 were bad. Like, there were some good hair metal bands that came out in 1990, like Firehouse and Slaughter, but they were far and in between from the rest of the stuff. Um, like Prairie Boy Floyd, not into that stuff. Sorry, but this album is pretty good. It's melodic hard rock slash hair metal, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't say it's a flawless album. It does have some fillers, but it does have some good stuff on here, like Four on the Floor, speed metal right there, speed metal influence, Crying Shame, great bluesy song, Love Struck, great hard rocking tune. Take This Heart of Mine, very catchy. The best song of the album, which is a very cheesy song, Let's Make Love Tonight. I love that song because of just how catchy and fun it is, you know? And also a cool video as well. This band only made one video and stuff, since this is the only album they ever made. And if you watch the video, they hang out with Ryan James Dio at one point. They toured with him. What else? Jump the Gun, another fast one. And I Just Want to Make Love to You, another bluesy one that's really good. Check out Cold Sweat. They never got the chance they deserve. Like, between lack of promotion and not that many big tours besides the one they did with Dio, they fell apart quickly by 91, 92. So if you ever find a copy of this and you're a big hair metal fan, check it out. I think you'll enjoy this. All right, next up, I'll show you the CD I got. I don't know what your guys' opinion is on this band, but I've always liked this band's biggest hit, and I saw this at the record store, and I'm like, you know what? Let me give this whole album a chance, and that is Living Colour's debut album, Vivid. Uh, Obviously, we all know Cult of Personality. That's their biggest hit, and obviously, it's the best track on here. But it was definitely an interesting listen when I checked out the whole album. I love how they fuse so many different genres into one album. They mix funk, with metal, with alternative, with jazz, with reggae and punk. It's like all over the place, even power rock at one point. And the vocals from what's the dude's name? From Vernon. No, Corey Glover, great, and the guitar playing from Vernon Reed is fantastic. Great guitar player. So some highlights on here would definitely be obviously Cult of Personality. I Wanna Know, very catchy song. Sorry. Middleman is cool. Open Letter to the Landlord is very political but very cool at the same time. I even like the theme song that they have, What's Your Favorite Color? And I also like Which Way to America. It's not a bad album at all. I do enjoy it. Solid batting Sorry, sheesh. What's up with my voice today? Solid batting average on this one. Check it out if you are interested. Now, next up, we got a 7-inch single, and this is for Cheap Trick, Stop This Game, from their 1980 album, All Shook Up. With the B-side being Who the King. I love this song, and I love Cheap Trick. I don't talk about Cheap Trick that much on here, but I love Cheap Trick. They were the first band I ever saw live. Everything from their first album up to All Shook Up is amazing. And they even made some good ones afterwards, like Lap of Luxury, Next Position Please. The self-titled one from '97 is really good. They have such a great discography. But back to this though, Stop This Game is probably my second favorite track off of All Shook Up. My favorite track would be Can't Stop It, But I'm Gonna Try. And my opinion on Who the King, it's my least favorite track on the album. It's just freaking Bunny Carlos is drumming around like jungle, like doing like a tribal jungle drum beat with people just saying, Who the King of the whole wide world. Stupid, but this song of Stop This Game is amazing. Check it out if you like pop rock. Now we get to the vinyls. First off, I'd like to start with the picture disc I got. This is a very interesting one, as it's an interview picture disc. From Metallica. So this thing is called Rock Sagas. This series of picture disc interviews, and it's from Chris Tetley. Now, Chris Tetley, they explain on the back here, he was a rock/metal interviewer. He would interview bands and stuff that were popular at the time. As you can see, all the other bands he interviewed. This copy right here is from 87, 88, so around Master of Puppets era. Although the interviews aren't actually from the Master of Puppets era, the one on the first side here is actually from the Kill 'Em All era, where Lars is telling the interviewer how much the record has sold and stuff, and he says the record has sold 45,000 copies in the US alone, which I kind of find funny because I actually looked it up today to see how much Kill 'Em All has sold, and now it has sold over 4 million copies now in the US today, so that's just insane, you know. And the B-side, not the B-side, the second side is an interview with the whole band, when they were touring the UK for Ride the Lightning, and they were talking about how great Ride the Lightning has been so far, and they even hint at the next album, which will be Master of Puppets, and James said that it'll be released in December of '85, which that didn't prove to be correct because it ended up coming out in March of '86. But why be nitpicky? It's a great little rarity to find. I'm happy to add this to my vinyl collection, just my Metallica collection in general. I don't think you can find this on YouTube, so sorry, you have to find the actual copy in a record store. So I'm happy that I found this, and hopefully one day I can find other interview picture discs from this Chris Tetley guy. And by the looks of it, I would like to check out some of them. He interviewed Motorhead, Megadeth, Anthrax, Alice Cooper, Kiss, Ozzy, so many other bands. Now, next up, we got an album from a band that you guys would probably be like, really, you like them? But I don't care. I love this band. That is Nine Inch Nails with their debut album, Pretty Hate Machine. This album is fantastic. Uh, I don't care if people rag on say, oh, it's not metal and stuff. Well, not everything I have to buy has to be metal. Look, the Cheap Trick single that I have right here, this is not metal. This is pop rock. Okay? So why draw the line at industrial, you know? I love this band. I love this album. It's my favorite Nine Inch Nails album. I just love what Trent Reznor did. He took synth pop, happy-go-lucky synth pop that had been dominating the entirety of the '80s, taking that sound and making it much more darker and much more real lyrics, you know. And of course, you got the big hits on here like Down in It and Head Like a Hole, which I never get tired of. But man, there's so many other amazing songs here, like Terrible Lie, just pounding, anthemic, heavy. Sin is probably like my favorite track on this album always changes, so but right now it's Sin. Sin is a fantastic song. You guys have to check it out. I don't care if you're like, "Oh, I don't like industrial." Check out Sin, please. I kind of want to is a kind of a goofy song, but I like it a lot. I like the groove to it. Ring Finger is such an eerie song. I love the atmosphere of it. Man, this whole album is amazing. Something I can never have. Very moody. It's just ambience with Trent Reznor singing. Trent Reznor, by the way, he's not technically he's not that good of a vocalist, but just the way he delivers his lines and stuff just makes it like, you know, like you can feel the emotion come out through the lyrics through his voice, you know. So Nine Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine, fantastic album. And now the last thing I have to show you guys is an album from one of my favorite thrash bands, and I'm talking about Overkill with their '89 album from 1989, The Years of Decay. Oh man, this album is fantastic. Sorry if I'm using the same words over and over again, but like I just got back from working a shift, so my brain is like brain dead right now. But anyways, this album is great. Starts off thrashy and heavy with Time to Kill, and then it goes bam into one of their most iconic songs and my personal favorite track, Elimination. I love that song. And then it goes into I Hate, which is another great song, killer. As you can see right there, it's supposed to be red marble vinyl. It goes into I Hate after that, which some people complain has stupid lyrics, but I still love it. Then Nothing to Die For, probably the dark horse on here. So many killer riffs from Bobby Gustafson on here. I miss Bobby Gustafson. He's my favorite Overkill guitarist. Not to rag on the guitarist that came on him afterwards. I love Horoscope and I like I Hear Black, but this era with Bobby Gustafson is my favorite era of Overkill. Like I said, Nothing to Die For is amazing. Then they get Doomy and Black Sabbath with Skull Crusher, which is really heavy and awesome. And then on side 2, you flip it over. They go into probably you know what, no, it's not my least favorite track. I would say it's my second to least favorite track, which is still a great song, by the way. Burnt Attention, another fast, thrashy one. Then it goes into my least favorite track, which is Who Tends the Fire. I don't know, man. Out of all the songs on here, this is the only weak link. It just doesn't connect with me that much, you know? But then it goes into the Years of Decay, a beautiful ballad, sounds almost Judas Priest-ish. It's amazing. And then they ended with probably my second favorite track on here, END, Evil Never Dies. Amazing song, and technically the fourth Overkill song, because as you know, on the first album they had the title track Overkill. On the second album they had Overkill 2. which was what's that one called? Taking Over. And then on the third one, Under Influence, they had Overkill 3. Well, this is the fourth one. Evil Never Dies. I wouldn't say this is my favorite Overkill album. I would say it's my second favorite Overkill album, just behind Taking Over. I think Taking Over uh, is a flawless album, while this one just has that one weak song on it, Who Tends the Fire. But anyways, it's an amazing album, and that wraps up my pickups video. Yeah, I know it's a short, quick one, but I didn't get that many pickups. But hey, it's still better than nothing. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for 740 subscribers. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I could keep it going stuff. I know I don't post on here as much as usual, and that's because I either forget or just don't feel like it, or just being busy in general. And with school around the corner, it's probably the main reason will be I'm probably busy. But don't worry, I'll still be posting TikToks on here, which is how I'm finding which is the way I'm been getting a lot of new subscribers. So to the new viewers and subscribers that discovered me through my TikToks, thank you so much for liking them and subscribing to me. Anyways, enough of me babbling. Uh, Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later. Peace.